Hi everyone, happy National Scrapbooking Day. This is Ray with the education team from Swirly Doos Kit Club, and today I'm going to share with you a layout that I'm going to make from start to finish that is going to be an example for my challenge that I'm doing for National Scrapbook Day called Everything But the Kitchen Sink Challenge. So my idea for this was that I was going to put a lot of stuff on this layout like I typically do. It's nothing new here, but I thought I would challenge you to do the same. I know a lot of Swirly girls already do that, but I thought it would be fun. And so here's what you're going to need. You're going to need at least 4 pieces of patterned paper. I have 5 here. That's going to be my background. I've cut that part out. So you need at least 4 sheets for your layers. And you don't have to do a layout for this challenge. That's the thing I forgot to say at the very beginning. If you don't want to do a layout, you can do a card or you can do an off the page. It makes no difference to me, but it just has to have the everything but the kitchen sink requirements with the supply list. So that's what I'm doing now, is going over the supply list with you. So besides my 4 pieces of patterned paper, which I have 5, you also need 7 flowers. I thought that was a good number, no more, no less, but it doesn't make a difference what kind of flowers you have. You can have fabric flowers or paper flowers, or you can even have the ones that were in the April kit with the wood ones, whatever you want. Metal flowers too. Like this, makes no difference, just 7 of them. That's what I want to see. And the next thing that you're going to need is you're going to need at least 1 of each of the following things. You're going to need 1 doily. You don't have to use the whole thing, so if you wanted to cut part of it or cut it in half or whatever you want to do with it, just make sure there's some sort of a doily on your project. The next thing is chipboard. I think I've decided which piece I'm going to use. I painted it white and it's drying now, so it doesn't make a difference what it is, any kind of chipboard. The next thing is bling. Again, I don't care what it is. It can be this that you got from the April kit. It could be individual pearls. It could be pearl strings. Something like Prima, makes no difference. As long as it's shiny and sparkly, put it on there. At least 1. And you also need at least 1 piece of lace or ribbon or trim. Here's some from the April kit that I'm thinking I'm going to use. And also some rub-ons, which are also in the April kit, perfect for this because I'm using it. So if you wanted to use the April kit too, you'll be good to go. And the next thing you need is butterflies or birds. And I don't care if you put your rub-ons on that are butterflies, that makes no difference to me. We can do double duty there if you'd like. If you want to put butterfly rub-ons, then it will count not only for your rub-on but also for your butterfly or your birds or whatever. So that is what you need embellishment and paper-wise, and you also need a couple of other things just to complete your layout. The next one is you need a mask. It can be like this. It can be store-bought. It can also be a stencil, the opposite. You can make it yourself. Makes no difference. You also need a distressor. Some sort of tool like this to distress your edges. And the last thing you're going to need is a border punch. Any kind, you can do whatever you want on there. It doesn't have to be all around the page. Again, it's totally up to you. Those are just the things I want to see on there. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. That's up to you. What I don't want to see on your layout is anything else. I don't want to see any other embellishments besides what's on this list. And I just want to make sure that I stress this. I don't want any titles or any sort of, like, I don't want your rub-ons to have titles. I don't want them to be words. Let's just make a titleless layout. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've already cut up my paper and I've inked it. I haven't distressed it yet. But I think with all of my layers, I might add another one. We'll see. But this is what I have. I have that blue piece of paper from the April kit, and then I have this wood piece of Prima paper, and all I did was I cut this strip off at the bottom here, and then I cut the same exact amount off this way. So it's about 1.25 inches off of each of those if you wanted to follow along and do something like this. So I've got that part. And then I took one of the pink Donna Salazar papers. I haven't decided how this is going to go yet. It might be tilted. I might put it up here in the corner or in the middle. I'm not sure yet. And then I have this piece right here. Oh, sorry. This is 8.5 by 8.5. And here is a 3 by 12 piece. I'm going to put that on there somehow. We'll see. I'm just going to add my doily. I'm not going to cut it up or do anything too fancy. And then I have my photo mat. And then I have this gorgeous little picture of my oldest two when they were very little. And that's going to be the basic design of how it's going to go. So now all of my edges are distressed, and I'm going to go ahead and use a mask. And I opted to use this one. It's one of the Donna Downey Prima ones. It's got little circles that are odd shaped. And when I was distressing, I got a huge rip right here, so I'm going to try and incorporate that into the design. So I know before I said that I wasn't sure which way this was going to go, this little square right here, but I think I'm going to put it up here towards the top, just so that I can expose this part right here, because I like it. Okay, and I did this part off camera because I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen with it. I tried a couple of different colors, and with this one what I did is I started out by using a Tattered Angels Plain Jane Ivory. I thought it was going to be more of a yellowy color, but it wasn't. So then I ended up using my art anthology that came in the kit. I'll just show you which ones they are. So this is the one I used first. Didn't have much of an effect, but then I used the art anthology that we got in the tech kit. So that's how it looks, old and crumply, and I dried it with a heat gun. So I've used this Tattered Angels Glimmer Glaze in Sea Kelp on my chipboard, but I want it to have a little more darkness to it. I want it to be a little more drab. So I'm going to go ahead and take some chalk ink and just kind of press it on here, and it's going to make it like two-toned. That's a little better, but I think I'm going to add some brown just to tone it down a little bit so it's not so bright on my page, because there's really nothing that's that bright on there. I've got my 4 pieces of paper at least. I've got my 7 flowers and my doily. I've got some chipboard right here, and I've got bling around the photo, and also right here. I think I'm going to put that on. I haven't decided quite yet. I do have some lace or trim, and I put some rub-ons. I put one on right here. I'm actually going to put these on all 4 corners. They are the rub-ons that came in the April kit. And then I also have birds. I decided for instead of butterflies, I would put birds on here, and I have these little wooden birds from Michaels. Excuse me. And I'm just going to ink those up a bit. And I've used my mask, of course, and you can see distressing all over. And I also used the border punch, and that is all of the things that are required for this challenge. I'm going to finish gluing this down, and you'll see a picture of what it looks like when I'm all done. So I hope you're enjoying National Scrapbook Day, and I hope you get a chance to do this challenge and all of the other challenges that the design team members have prepared for the Swirly Doos Kit Club. So go ahead and be sure to check us out at swirlydoos.com. Thanks for watching.